Good day, my fellow home gardeners, and welcome back to my easy gardening channel. It's been quite a while since I did my last video, and today I'm happy because I found time to once again talk about the things that we do in the home garden. Right now I'm inside my greenhouse, and I will show you how I grow my tomato plants, how to make them healthy and vigorous, and how to make them produce many fruits for the kitchen. So friends, please stay tuned. These are the tomato seedlings that I'm going to plant today. I sowed the seeds about 2 months ago, and now the seedlings are more than a foot long. By the way, this is a cherry type tomato, which can be used for salads. So this is the pot that I'm going to use for my tomatoes. It contains about 10 liters of growing medium, and for my growing medium I use a potting mix. This is ideal for both indoor and outdoor plants, and I mix it with homemade compost, and in a little while I'll show you how I made this compost. The ratio is 3:1, that is 3 parts potting mix and 1 part compost. And the potting mix actually contains already some slow released or controlled release fertilizer that is expected to last 2 to 3 months. So when planting or at planting time, there's actually no need to add supplemental fertilizer. We can do that later on when the plant has grown 2 or 3 months from now. So this is the composter that I use to make my compost. You can see that I have added all sorts of organic material into it. Some grass clippings, some crushed eggshells, some kitchen refuse, even coffee grounds. But there are a few things that I don't add into the compost, like for example citrus fruits peelings, because the earth forms do not like this plant material. And you can see that the composter is provided with a lot of vents, and that is to make sure there is sufficient airflow within the compost pile, and that would facilitate decomposition. Also, at the base of the composter you can find like a window, a removable one, so that you can actually harvest the decomposed organic material from below. You can see here that it's already open, and I have harvested some compost which I use for my tomatoes today. You can see that the compost is nice and fluffy, moist, and this is very important to make sure that your growing medium has a good structure and has good water holding capacity and is able to support good growth of your plant. So we're now ready to plant our tomato seedling. The first thing to do is to make a hole in the center of the pot, and then remove the seedling from the planter bag, but make sure the roots are not disturbed. So here's the ball of soil where the roots are, and then gently lower it into the hole, and make sure that the seedling is straight and upright. And then you need to cover the hole with soil. So there you are. This is the newly planted tomato seedling. Okay, so the next important thing to do is to make sure that the tomato plant is stable and upright. And I do this by tying a string and winding it around the main stem. So starting from the base, tie the string, but make sure it's not too tight so as to restrict the growth of the main stem. And as you can see, it is wound over or around the main stem and up the height of the greenhouse, and make sure that it is easy to untie the string once it gets to the top, because when the plant grows you need to untie it and continue to wind it around the main stem to make sure that the plant is stable and staying upright. So I've done this for all 8 plants, for both the cherry type tomatoes and the money maker, because these 2 varieties are, they're not the dwarf types. They grow tall, even taller than the height of the greenhouse. One other important thing to do is to make sure that you remove the lateral buds, like this one here. So this one is a lateral bud that needs to be removed. You have one other here. Almost every axil, or that part between the leaf and the main stem, has an auxiliary bud, and it's best if you can remove them when they're still small. Why? Because these lateral buds will only take energy from the whole plant and are not really useful in producing fruits. They may produce fruits, but the fruits produced are of low quality, very small, and will just drain the energy from the whole plant. Okay, so I'll pinch that off, and this one too. At this point, I would like to show you some of the photos and videos that I took of my tomato crop last year. So that's it for now, my friends, and I hope you've learned something from the demonstration that I made. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask that question on the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and feel free to share with other home gardeners these videos that I made. Thank you, and have a good day.